What happened to the Greenburgh Four? In 1979, four teenagers vanished without a trace, leaving behind a mystery that continues to haunt their town. Join us as we uncover the chilling details of their disappearance and the enduring impact it has had on their families and community. They were just teenagers, living their lives, until one fateful day in 1979. This is the story of the Greenburgh Four, a group of friends whose lives were tragically cut short by an unsolved mystery. Uncover the haunting truth behind their disappearance, the desperate search for answers, and the lingering questions that remain unanswered even today. Decades later, the Greenburgh Four case remains a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the power of unanswered questions. This blog dives into the evidence, explores the theories, and brings you closer to the truth of what really happened to these four teenagers. Prepare to be captivated by their story and experience the enduring mystery for yourself. Greenburgh, New York, was a quiet, idyllic town in 1979, where families felt safe and the rhythm of small-town life seemed unshakable. That sense of security collapsed when four local teenagers vanished without warning, leaving the community in disbelief. Known as the Greenburgh Four, these friends were last seen together on the evening of July 12, 1979, but no one could have imagined it was the last time they'd be seen. The missing teenagers were Emma, Carla, Blake, and Julian, a close-knit group celebrated for their camaraderie. News of their disappearance quickly swept through the town, and archival footage from the time reveals a community gripped by fear. While family members pleaded for their safe return, the town's residents scrambled to understand how such an unimaginable event could occur in their seemingly safe environment. The disappearance immediately drew significant media attention, illuminating Greenburgh in a harsh, unrelenting spotlight. Paranoia took hold, impacting everyday life, as parents grew wary of letting their children outside and neighbors eyed one another with suspicion. The mystery of what happened to the Greenburgh Four wasn't just a personal tragedy for the families involved. It became a scar on the heart of the town. The initial investigation began with urgency as police conducted neighborhood canvasses, interviewed witnesses, and organized comprehensive search efforts. Friends, family, and local volunteers all joined forces, tirelessly combing through wooded areas, abandoned buildings, and nearby waterways. But the efforts yielded little beyond a handful of cryptic clues. Authorities hoped that someone in the town might have seen or heard something to lead them forward, but no clear motive or suspect emerged. The teenagers had no known enemies, had been in good spirits that day, and left behind few hints to explain their sudden disappearance. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, with little progress. The lack of closure was agonizing for the families. Emma's parents clung to the belief that she might return home. Carla's mother, despite grief clouding every waking moment, never stopped attending town meetings where police discussed the case. Blake's older brother, only 19 at the time, led search parties and became a vocal advocate, while Julian's father wrote constant letters to lawmakers demanding more action. Despite the fear hanging over Greenburgh, the tragedy brought the community together in powerful ways. Residents organized candlelight vigils every week in the town square, where hundreds would gather to pray for the teenagers' safe return and to support the grieving families. Volunteer search parties worked tirelessly, traveling miles on foot and searching wherever they could think of. Fundraisers were also held to assist the families with any costs they incurred during their private investigation efforts. The case garnered national media attention, with newspapers, TV anchors, and even true crime magazines from the era covering the unsettling story. While media outlets fanned the flames of speculation, the townspeople remained focused on their collective mission to find the truth. Through all the pain, Greenburgh found solidarity, not in solving the mystery, but in sharing its burden as a whole. However, such unity also bore a lasting cost. The baffling circumstances of the disappearance weighed heavily on Greenburgh's identity as a town. It became synonymous with tragedy, an example of how even the safest of environments can harbor darkness. Today, the mystery of the Greenburgh Four remains as haunting as it was decades ago. Despite reopening the case several times and revisiting old evidence with modern forensic technology, investigators have been unable to make significant breakthroughs. Theories abound within both the community and true crime circles. Did someone the teens knew betray them? Were they targeted by a stranger who happened to pass through Greenburgh? Or was their disappearance part of a larger scheme that has gone unnoticed for decades? The lack of answers only fuels speculation, and the fragments of evidence leave room for more questions than answers. The case remains open, though the trail has grown cold with time. Local law enforcement continues to urge the public to come forward with information, no matter how small. The chance of finding new leads may be slim, but hope lingers in the possibility that someone, somewhere, holds the key to unlocking this decades-long mystery. Though the Greenburgh Four were never found, their story lives on as a symbol of the strength and resilience of their families, their community, and their shared pursuit of truth. It's a case that reminds us of the fragility of life and the importance of never forgetting those who are lost. For the families of Emma, Carla, Blake, and Julian, hope remains an eternal flicker. They continue to honor their loved ones by keeping their memories alive and pressuring authorities to seek justice. The case of the Greenburgh Four raises essential questions about community, perseverance, and the search for answers in the face of unimaginable pain. While the mystery may not yet have a resolution, it's never too late for the truth to emerge. What do you think happened to the Greenburgh Four? Leave your thoughts and theories in the comments below. By sharing and discussing their story, we ensure that their legacy endures and that their voices are never forgotten. One day, justice may finally come for Emma, Carla, Blake, and Julian. Until then, their story will stand as a chilling reminder of how deeply loss is felt, but also of how hope can illuminate even the darkest mysteries.